Forget the asylum demon. We're gonna give the Taurus demon a big smack, and he didn't even know it was coming. Big smack number 2. Oh, you know that's gotta hurt. Here we needed to summon Solaire. I knew beating this next boss would be no easy feat. However, we succeeded. Thanks to a few lucky hits, a new tail axe that we're never gonna use, and with the power of our newfound friendships,
Mother trucker, dude!
We gave this beast an absolutely hammerizing defeat. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this felt great. This felt amazing. To finally reach through the first milestone of the game of ringing that first bell gave me a sudden rush of adrenaline. I was ready to conquer the world. Now, making it back to Firelink Shrine was a relatively easy task. A few problems with recording later, and we realized that we had the blue box on our screen. Ugh, I hate that blue box. However, that was not going to stop us. We were ready. We were determined to ring that second bell. Now, I know what you may be thinking. Professor Sky, you're stupid. You're so early in the game. Why do you act like you're going to beat it with so much ease? Well, I'll tell you why, bucko. It's because we have a superpower. Superpower, you might say? Well, guess what, buddy? It's called the Master Key. And we're not going to play any games. I dove into this, determining if one question was possible. The one question everybody came to this video to find the answer of. Is Dark Souls actually beatable? Or is it just some big fake that everybody falls into to believing? Well, right now we're gonna find that out, and we're gonna find it out for good. And just like that, after running through what seemed to be the easiest part of a video game I've ever been through in my entire life, we were ready. We found some random summon on the online servers, and we decided to hit them up with a, "Hey buddy, do you got my back?" Here it is, everyone, the moment we've all been waiting for. The fight against Lava Girl has now come. And for all of those who've actually played this game, yes, I did skip the most terrible cutscene on purpose because it is so ugly. But enough with the lecturing on. Basically, this boss was an absolute piece of cheesecake. Me and Mildred just swung our mighty swords until she fell. Now we have finally rung our second bell. Now, moving on in this game was absolutely crucial, but almost impossible without this armor. So we ran back to Firelink, upgraded our heals, and we were ready for the rest of our journey. Now, I feel like it is important for me to give a warning here that this is about to become the most vile thing ever. So if you are a child or you do not like profanity, please stop watching right now. Right about here is the moment where you realize I get the Dick Slapper 3000, folks. This weapon is absolute cheese! This was the pinwheel boss fight, so there's not really much to say. I swung. Now it was time for us to go through Ben's Fortress. Okay, so a bunch of tedious walkways later, and you finally make it to this point. Whatever, you get it. We made it through Sen's Fortress. It's lit! Now we hired Ben's little cousin, Den. Dude, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. A few smackaroonies here and there. Den Mambo Wombo comboed his man Ben, and it was over. Anybody who's ever played Dark Souls knows exactly what's going on here and knows exactly what's about to happen to me and my poor little butthole. It was at this moment that I was able to use the absolute Anal Plummeter 5000 sword itself. The Gravelord sword was now in my hands, and nothing in my way could stop me. Surprisingly enough, we haven't died until this point in the entire gameplay, so we're just crossing our fingers and hoping and praying that our little buns don't get destroyed the next time we play Dark Souls. This game goes, this was the biggest step I have taken to make sure that I could try my absolute best to complete Dark Souls, the video game, in one try. Okay, now that might have been a small joke, but we haven't died yet. This was the most important part of the run so far, was getting Havels or Havels, however you want to pronounce it, armor. Getting this armor was very crucial because it meant that I could make a lot more mistakes and not have to worry as much about taking damage. With this armor, I could make as many mistakes as I want and result in a very, very low amount of total damage done to myself. I mean, just look at that! At this moment, against all odds, I decided that I was not going to let this man stop me. So I gave him a quick parry and moved along with my day. It was time to give the big boys a run for their money. And boy, did they have the schmacks coming in for them. And as it turns out, these two fools were not powerful enough for the Anal Plummeter 9642 Plus Pro Extra Soaking Grip Anal Fucker, because this sword did the work that it needed to do. Oh no! No, what's this guy doing? Oh no. Oh, he just activated Big Chungus mode. This buggy-ass game got one of the hardest bosses in history stuck in a wall, so I took my opportunity to just, play it the smart way and make sure I beat it the first time, as always. Now with stupid brain out of our way, we could keep going on. I mean, come on! This bitch has some massive titties! At this point, I had to explain myself in the stream, talking about the biggest boobies in the world. Unfortunately, this means that we now have to attack the wolf Sif, so this is always my least favorite part of every Dark Souls run, but you're forced to do it. That's just all I got. And now, finally putting this dog out of its misery, I threw a fireball at its damn face. Nah. I don't think so. Oh, God. Climb the ladder! Climb the ladder! Climb the ladder, 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 climb the ladder! It was at this point I had to meet up with the 4 doofuses and give them the good old Anal Blaster 47. After a little while of taking down their massive HP and taking literally no damage whatsoever to these bosses, I ended up destroying them in every single way imaginable, and that was it. With me and my double-sided dildo from Wish.com that also works as a fork finally getting rid of this menace, I was ready to continue on with my journey. What the actual fuck is wrong with me, dude? Next up, we have to fight Golden Man himself. Time for a fucking mini-boss. Basically, this dude got completely clapped. And here comes in my favorite boss ever, Giant Dog Wing Man. Alright, move over. You're out of the way. You're annoying. You're stupid. You're my least favorite boss in this whole game. You stupid fucking Dog Wing Man. In the abyss that we're in right now, he went crazy. That's kind of strange. But the fact that he, like, literally is fighting with his, like, left hand. Or I think it's his right hand because he was left-handed. And he still destroys me. Yeah, bro. This guy's strong as hell. Long story short, Artorias got his damage buff and he was, giving me some slaps. So I didn't enjoy that very much, but I decided to give him right back to him. Now, a lot of people might wonder why I even bothered going to the DLC, and it was only for the sole purpose of getting Guardian armor, but quickly after I decided I wanted to fight Manus. So, here's the fight with Manus. I basically sat underneath him for 90% of the fight and just bullied him with attacks because he did no damage to me. And at this point it made me kinda sad to see a boss that I had once feared so much do absolutely nothing to me. And I had grown to fear what I had created. It basically felt like this dude was trying to smack me across the face with the dirty wet hamburger. And I hope this makes sense to some of you guys. Dirty wet hamburgers are very, very soft. So basically that's exactly how it went. I just gave him a few good old smacks on the noggin and I went on my way. At this point in the game, fighting Ceaseless Discharge kind of felt like getting into a pillow fight with a toddler. It was way, way, way too easy. Next up, we have the Demon Fire Sage. This boss fight was really, really easy. It kind of felt like kicking around a sack of potatoes to let out all of my anger. And honestly, I only have one question for you. If you do not kick a sack of potatoes to let out your anger, what the fuck are you doing with your life? Next up was the Bed of Chaos. Oh my fucking god, do I hate this fight. Let me make this clear. I don't hate the fight. I hate the 7-minute run from the last bonfire to this fight. Bonk. Now, with the second hit out of the way on this boss, I was ready to hit it one last time. This actually never happened, by the way, so we still had 0 deaths because I lived. And it never said that I died, so I'm gonna wait for the beard to go away. Oh, let's go. That was so close. You walk up and you punch it. Next up is Gravelord Nito. This boss is not very neat at all. He just kind of comes across as the type of guy that'd put a fridge in a frog. After dealing with this goon baboon and his pack of minions, my quick thinking of using a humanity instead of an Estus flask because I was out, I was able to defeat this boss with relative ease. Jerome! We got Lynette and Jerome on our side. I don't know how to... Hi. I found out how to do it. Oh, okay. Got a high level person here. I'm waiting for a second. Hooray! Alright. Let's do this. And right here, Lynette just died. It was my turn to go toe-to-toe with the giant crystal dragon himself, Seath the Scaleless. Not even half a second into the fight, I broke the immortality crystal that he had. Jerome instantly got obliterated. And a few quick run and jump attacks later, Seath the Scaleless was no more. We put the souls of the 4 fucking stupid boneheads into that giant bowl thing, and then we opened up a door. It was at this point I wanted to see what type of monstrosity I had created, and as you can see, the final boss was doing little to no damage for late game, and I could easily have defeated him at this moment. However, this was not the case. I had read online the multiple stories of people beating this game, but I then found out the truth on how to beat Dark Souls. You must take off all of your rings. You must take off all of your armor. You must go toe-to-toe with the final enemy in the game with nothing but a sword and a shield to have your back. Organized and excited, ready for the fight, I decided to go in with no shield, just to see how I would fare. Instantly, I regret this decision, as I get absolutely pummeled to the ground. It was at this moment I realized this game is totally not fucking beatable. I guess what I should have said is, this game is absolutely not beatable if you see your first death as a complete and utter loss, and you're a buffoon named Professor Sky. Now that being said, moving on with the fight, we all know that I never died, and I did complete this game with one last parry in my sight. And that was it. It was up to me to make the final decision. Well, I really should say it was up for my only viewer at the time. His name is Will, and he's a good friend. This is what he decided to do. Rule the world as a dark overlord. Option 2, sacrifice myself and become a good human being. We will look at our face until you make the decision. Rule the darkness. Okay. That was it. Our journey of beating Dark Souls has actually came to an end. But I only have one question for the viewer watching this video right now. I only have one final question to blow your mind. Did I really beat the game? Or is this just some type of elaborate prank all YouTubers do?